No, so I think civil has definitely a market and a demand. Our challenge is to connect the demand with the product. We know we've got a good product. We know that the demand is out there. And one big challenge is when I speak to business organizations and civic organizations, one of the early questions I'll ask is, have you ever heard of collaborative law? And almost always the answer from everyone is no. So we've got to do some public education, website work, some of the work that I see you're doing with the cutting edge website, and all of us individually and as organizations like the IACP to promote public education, to let a client know that there are options out there that are better for them than litigation. Because, especially in America, our society is very indoctrinated to be litigious. We have a problem, sue. And we need to educate people that there are other ways to approach this that are better for you. And let them decide after they've been educated on what their options are, what's the best way to go. What I've seen in 5 years of working this way is that there is hesitancy to change. I think for good reason. A lot of people are saying, I know how the traditional way works, so I'm going to stick with that. I may not be willing to take a chance. So I think we need to overcome that. I think we need to do cases and tell the stories of those cases, that they do work. You know, that sexual harassment cases can get resolved within 3 to 4 months and be a lot less damaging for both sides. I think we need to tell the story that there are advantages to both sides. That we need to reach the people who make decisions, in-house counsel, risk management people, CFOs, the people who decide what's best for this company. We need to have that dialogue with them. And our market, I think, are entrepreneurs, non-mission-based organizations, hospitals, schools, churches, religious groups, nonprofits. All of them, when you think about their needs, they're more aligned with this kind of an approach to dispute resolution than the traditional approach. They don't have the financial bandwidth to do that. It can destroy a small business, or it certainly can get you off course for a few years. It can damage nonprofits beyond being fixed. I guess one other thing I want to say is that when we do these methods and we come up with resolutions, particularly in business cases, they create value. The resolution can make the business better than it was before the dispute, you know, by adding things that they hadn't thought about. We just did a workshop here in the forum in which we brought an economic expert into the room in a business breakup and pointed out to the parties, and the neat thing about collaborative is you hire one expert jointly, and that expert becomes an asset and an independent source of information for everyone. You don't have the dueling experts that are basically awash in a litigation. And he got the parties to realize that there are things that they haven't done, that if they do them now, they create value. That the sum total of the dispute resolution will be greater than it was before you started. Now, if you can sell that and convince people that they'll be better off after, it's a pretty different concept. I think they'll be willing to do something that gives value. Clients want, solve my problem, give me value, and that's worth something to me. And I think that's what these processes do. That's why I'm committed to them. I think they work. I know they work. And as practitioners, we begin to internalize that process. So we think that way unconsciously. And that becomes the way we approach it. And I think we become better practitioners that way.